My name is Taylor, and I'd like to welcome you to Shot as Projects. I assist clients with in-home design ideas with some creative vision, a little elbow grease to equal a great DIY project. Like so many other small business owners last year, I decided that after COVID kind of hit us the way it did, it was time for me to get out of a toxic job situation and venture out doing something that I love to do, which is working with my hands to make clients' dreams come true, mixed in with a little in-home design. Today's video is part one of two parts where I am going to be painting my client's basement. They just had the entire space drywall. I'm painting the walls and painting their fireplace down there to give it a fresh coat before I do some installs on either side of their fireplace. I do apologize, today's video is mostly photos and a few short clips. They were all taken on my phone before I got this excellent camera, so it's a place to start and you kind of see what we went from to where we are now. So with that, let's jump into it. So this was the beginning of her basement. As you can see, it was just a regular old basement, but they did have furniture and a TV. They decided to take it from just functioning to something really nice for their family, a nice pretty living space. So they had someone bust out the cabinets that you see on either side of the fireplace, come in and do drywall and flooring. So I came in after they had done all the drywall and the pretty flooring, and this is basically before. This is the fireplace after they took out those cabinets. We still left the TV up there just to kind of make sure we knew where it was supposed to be. And I had to come in and wipe down the walls because they were very fresh from being done drywall. As you can see all of that dust all over the floor. So I took tack cloth, which is really, really sticky cloth that you use to get dust off of furniture or pretty much anything. And you want to wipe that down because if you leave the drywall dust underneath your paint, you won't get a nice smooth surface. This was after I put the drywall primer on it. You have to have a special kind of primer because plain drywall will really soak up your paint, and if you just go on there straight with color, you'll be doing at least 2 if not 3 coats of paint. Sometimes you have to do that anyway, but this primer really, really helps soak up all of that initial paint so you have a smooth surface. This was the fireplace before, and then the nice fresh coat of white primer all over the walls. I loved it this way, but obviously we wanted to do some nice color to brighten it up. Sorry it got so dark. This is November in the Midwest where the sun goes down around 5 o'clock. So this was the fireplace. I decided to scrape it down before doing the final coat of paint on the walls just in case any of the debris decided to get on the walls anywhere. So this was a strip of paint that completely came off in one fell swoop just based on the nature of the paint and how old it was. And it just peeled right off like a steak skin. It was quite fun. This is the final paint color on the walls. As you can see, it's this rich, creamy tan color. It's called Almond Milk by Glidden, I believe. We did it all over the place and down here. We did it all over both sides of this room. As you can see, it's kind of 2 different parts, but it really helped open the space up since they're only 7-foot ceilings and kind of a small area. It really gave it some great dimension, and I love the color down here. So we decided to paint the doors as well, the same color as the walls. Just lovely paint scraping with that avocado green color underneath. So the fireplace had these sticky floor tiles that they put on the mantle to just kind of cover up and give some dimension. Unfortunately, I left this lovely yellow residue that I had to figure out how to get off, so I took my handy dandy paint scraper and peeled off these tiles. They stuck to absolutely everything. That trash can liner was... it didn't survive, let's just put it that way. After that, I had to figure out how to get this residue off, so after scraping for what felt like days, I decided to use some Goo Gone. I just poured little drops of it all over the place and spread it out with my paint spreader to let it soak. I mostly did it on the thickest part of the residue just to make sure it was coming off because it was kind of dried down on there and kind of crusty. So I let that sit for 20 to 30 minutes and came back and scraped it off.
20 minutes later. So after that amount of time, you get this yummy, gooey mess that I'm actually kind of surprised it actually worked. I wasn't sure how well it would work, but we got a lot of the thicker spots off, and then the rest I could just take my paint scraper and scrape off as usual. So after a washing with some dish soap, we got a nice clean surface to get ready to paint. I did take a sander to that undercoat because it was a semi-gloss paint and we wanted to make sure our new coat stuck. So that is how you prep. You sand it, you wipe it down. This is before that fireplace. Then we gave it a fresh coat of paint, and this is what we have after. I absolutely love the color down here. I think it's so fun. I think it's a great way to give this space some dimension and accent and highlight, especially with that white in the background.
And that's part one. I love how the colors came out on this basement, especially that pop of blue on the fireplace was just, mwah, excellent, excellent. Part two of this project, I am going to be installing custom cabinetry on either side based on what their necessities are, so be sure to stick around for that next video coming out. If you liked anything about this video, hit that like button down below. If you want to see more of my crazy projects, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Bye!